welcome to tonight's event. My name is Nicole Maria Evans. You might know me as the Chief Curator and Director of Curatorial Affairs, but at this moment, I'm also the Interim Director. And I want to thank you for being here and supporting Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art at our Gala for the Arts fundraiser. Right now, you're at the wonderful Newberry enjoying a beautiful event meant to support the arts in our community. Behind me in this film, you'll see an exhibition presented to you by artist Chip Clausen, an outstanding artist from our region. It is your help and your attendance at these events, and let's face it, your dollars as well, that make the success happen at Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art. Your presence, your patience, your support, your love, your joy, and your giving makes it possible for this museum to do all the great things that it does for our community, for the artists, and for the state of Montana. I've been curator here at the museum for over 6 years. Actually, I'll be entering my 7th year. And I've been through various changes, various waves, and today, as you know, it's a very important time to support the arts, the humanities, culture, and history, because our society needs it.
My husband died in 2020, and after that, I just kind of was a hermit. And the art was something that just got me out of my shell, made me feel confident again. And here I am.
So if you believe, and I know you do because you're here today, in the health of our community and the welfare of this institution, you will think about what it would be like if we didn't have the museum here today. What would Great Falls be without Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art?
There are so many extremely talented people who don't have the wherewithal to do it on their own. They need the financial support, and yet if they are left to their own devices, they don't have the money to do it. And yet the people in this class produce so much wonderful art. There's so much talent that has been kind of left on its own. So I think it's important to support this, and also really enriches the quality of life for the seniors. So it's just a good thing all around.
That's what I'm asking you to think of. It would be someplace without this fabulous exhibition that you're looking at today behind me. Without color, without joy, without children's laughing, without painting, drawing, sculpting, celebrations, historic perspectives, expert lectures, and authors and writers and poets. All of these things are Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art.
And we also need to say another special thank you, because no amount of funding would be beneficial without the space being full of beautiful artwork. And without artists to create that artwork, we would simply have another void of space in a beautiful building with lots of history and no purpose. So Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art wants to say a special thank you to our artists that have donated their work, partnered with us to create beautiful exhibits, and shared their spirit so that we could share it with you, our community.
I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to give to this organization. They do so much for our community. They preserve and collect our cultural heritage. It offers programs for veterans. It offers programs for seniors and for our teenagers. And all those programs are free. And they're free because of your generosity. We would not be able to function or expand or improve without your support.
It is our goal at the museum that when you drive down First Avenue North and you look at the building that lays before you, an intense, enormous, amazing historical building, that you realize that the only and most important reason that you're turning your head towards that building is when you walk in those doors and you're filled with joy because of all the art and all the education that is happening on the inside. We cherish the building that we're in, but the people who are inside of it, the artists, the collection of artwork, and the art that we show is the true meaning of museum. The purpose of the museum is to take care of its collection and provide it and make it available to you for your well-being, for your understanding, for your growth, and for your education, and also mainly for your pure enjoyment.
In a 2024 annual report, it indicated that over 30,000 people had visited the museum that year. And in a demographic survey conducted that same year, it was found that 60% of the public took studio art classes, and 95% of the people polled selected exhibits and viewing collections as the most used public service provided by the museum. This continues to prove the necessity for this museum in our community and why your help is so important.
Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art, such an important part of the community, Craig, and tell me what it means to you.
I'm not really an artsy person. I know you don't want to hear that, but I've been in business here a long time, and I used to get a lot of phone calls from people wanting money, didn't know who they were, what organization, and what the money was going to be used for. So we picked out 2 or 3 organizations so we could give back to the community, and we felt some of the ones that we picked out, we've donated to those for quite a while. And then just recently we started with Paris Gibson Square because I thought they were worthwhile, and I don't think they get the donations that they really need to survive on. And we've donated quite a bit more over the last couple of years, but I think when I pass on, I think I'm going to leave a fair amount to the Paris Gibson Square, because it takes money to make these things work, and they are good for the community.
I think just about every kid who's gone through Great Falls Public School District has been here at one time or another, either on a field trip or just on a trip with their parents. Or it's really about the whole community. It's not just the arts crowd, but it's the education crowd. There's classes for people that want to maybe dabble in art.
I just kind of like how there's a ton of freedom, and like you can really just express your feeling. And also the people here are really, really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
But I like about Paris Gibson is I feel like you can just really express your taste of art and your interests and learn a lot of new skills that you didn't have before. And it's a very cool experience.
I like that it shows your creativity and it's made also making new friends. So it's just really great. I made lots of friends here before. And I'm empowering just art in general. It's very good. I like it very much.
My folks went to high school here. And my first experience was I went to junior high school here, 7th grade, so I guess that kind of dates me a little bit. But what they're doing now, I think it's kind of comes and goes with the leadership. And I think they've got a pretty good group right now. And I think with my help and other people's helps, I think it'll grow and get to be more and more successful.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the other art museums, and not discounting them. Those are great places, and they've got some great works. This contemporary art museum, it's such. I think what's cool is it's such a historical building, yet it's got kind of a new art type of feel to it a lot of times. And sometimes I've thought to myself, I don't know what this show is going to look like, but you come in and you take a look and you see the story and see the things behind the story. I'm thinking about the Willem Volkers thing that was here not too long ago. And you can really see passion and creativity, and I think that's really important for art. I mean, the historical pieces and some of the oil paintings and stuff that we see in other places, those are really important. But I really love even the room that we're standing in now with the Chip Clausen display. It's just a different brand, and I just love the stories behind it.
I remember going to Paris Gibson Square when I was in high school and middle school, and we would go to the museum there, and it was so much fun to see all the art, and it was constantly changing, and it's still changing all the time. Especially, it's not because I'm on the board, but as a volunteer, I get to be part of what is coming up on the sculptures and the paintings and everything. And it's just really exciting to see what's going to happen.
Not only are there chances for viewing and having exposure to the arts for aesthetic and visual appeal, there's so many programs here for every age. I've taken classes, my son and I have taken classes. I get to see people's joy when they come in here. And everybody I've talked to, it's like the place they come and they feel good. So when we're at home, they want to come here. So you want to be a part of that. So that's why I think people should give to the museum.
I was never really into art. I took some art classes in high school and that was about it. And then about a year and a half ago, I was like, I need to do some self-care. I need to do something for myself. I was caring for my mother who passed away last year and was a caretaker, and I just needed something to get out of the house, do some self-care for myself. So I knew they had the free veterans classes here, so I started coming. I think anyone should support Paris Gibson for the free art classes that I'm taking. They do it for the veterans, they do it for the students. The youth can come in and get some art experience if they've never had it before.
I think this is awesome. I didn't know this was going on. My friend Jennifer here turned me on to this, and I've been coming ever since. We've been coming, and it's just awesome. What else would I be doing? I would have never done this had this not been here for us. And it feels good. It does feel good. I'm telling you, I am having a blast. And if it wasn't for this, when would I learn this? When would I do this? It makes me feel so good. It gives me a sense of accomplishment. It puts confidence in me. Honestly, I look forward to coming here. So, this should be for everybody. All us veterans, we really appreciate this very much. And it's so nice that they're doing this for us. It's just awesome. That's all I can say.
Well, I guess, I joined the board having worked in news. I covered quite a few stories here, and one of the things, I got to cover a story about a year ago. It was the Within installation with Jonathan Papillon and Louis Still Smoking, and I was really proud of the way that turned out, not just for myself, but for them. And they're just such great artists, and they were just such down-to-earth people. And I've always really loved, I brought this up before, but historic buildings. And I don't know, it's just a feeling that you get when you're in here. I think that, it's got so much history, and it's got what I believe is such a strong future too. And so that's, I guess why I'm on the board. I just really care about this building, and I see, having worked doing stories here, I see the hard work that goes in. They work so hard, and I think I have, maybe an opportunity, maybe help tell the story of Paris Gibson Square to people who might not know about it. Because I know there's a lot of people in Great Falls who say, I know that building, it was a school. But a lot of people might not still know that it's an art museum too. And if they would just get that chance to come in here, I think that they would open their hearts and hopefully open their wallets to maybe give and keep this place going for many years to come.
So when you walk around these historic halls, you remember the history of Great Falls, but most importantly, you recognize the work and effort of a museum team that prides itself on growing an institution that is an example to the community of Montana. So if you are in support of these things, and these are the things that bring you joy and bring meaning to your life, then you need to make sure you continuously support us. Please do your best, spread the word, and here today, give as much as you can. Buy art, fill your home with joy, come back to the museum, take an art class, dance in our hallways. Julia Becker will join you, and make sure you are continuously committed, because we at the museum, every single one of us as a team, are committed to all of you. Thank you to you for making an effort to be here today and to help us grow for a stronger and better future at Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art.